The Sunshine Coast Hinterland Great Walk is about 100 kilometres north of Brisbane, and it runs about 70 kilometres around the towns of Montville and Mapleton. It's kind of shaped like a wonky pea, with a section from the south where it starts just outside Montville, up through Flaxton into Baxter Falls, and then finally west of Mapleton that makes up the 70.6 kilometre Sunshine Coast Hinterland Great Walk. So if you're thinking, Caro, where's your big backpack? Why are you only carrying a day pack? Well, I've decided to do it a little bit differently. I realise that there's lots of different types of walkers out there. Those who like multi-day walks and those who like day walks. So rather than going the full 3-ish, 4 days with overnight camping, I've decided to do just one night of camping and the rest as some day walks. Something that I'm noticing is this almost like turning a switch, really dramatic changes in the habitat that we're walking through. And it's only been, you know, not even like 3 k's from the start. We're sort of like that classic Aussie dry sclerophyll, then it became, well, wet sclerophyll, and the change in temperature has got to be at least sort of maybe 5-6 degrees instantly, and I could actually feel a breeze coming out along this tunnel of this shade under the canopy. It was yeah, really pretty profound. And these guys, massive trees. I'm going to say strangler fig. I could be really wrong. That's why you go with a guide who can give you interp. And now, deep within that narrow gorge that flows from Kondalilla Falls, this classic rainforest. And I know the closer I get to the falls, and then when I start climbing up, it's going to be pretty busy. It's a Sunday, which shows that it's also a great day walk option from Montville, Mapleton, or even Maleny.
It's quick to go.
So if you're feeling a little sweaty from the climb up, you could cool off here at the top of Kondalilla Falls and even say g'day to the resident eel. It's really pretty big.
Your side be told where to go. You don't have to know.
This is much more my style. There's nobody around. I haven't seen anybody. And I have curiously heard a cow though. And I think it's somewhere up the top here at Baxter Falls. But perfect place for lunch.
Much time is there to kill? Don't stop. You might feel something.
One of the things that I'm learning about the sunny coast Hinterland Great Walk is that it has such flexibility in that you can kind of start and finish in lots of different places, do short day walks, half day walks, full day walks, or even pick up and do just a couple of days with an overnight camp in between, like I'm doing here out of Leafy Lane Trailhead.
What can you see with blind eyes?
I want to have a little chat about why I chose to do this walk in Queensland opposed to any of the others, and they've got some crackers up here, that's for sure. You know, it would seem that the really popular walks like the Thorsburn, you know, Hinchinbrook Island, or even Carnarvon Gorge, you know, they're kind of the things that people think of first up. But when you think about those walks, they're also the ones that have the most traffic through them in terms of people and are at risk of overlove and over tourism. So I'm really trying to seek out places, doing a bit of research, asking land managers of where are there not a lot of people going, but where are there tracks that have the infrastructure in place to support a better number. I always love that feeling when the track turns from fire trail to single track. Yeah, that's when I feel the hug of nature coming close around me. And yeah, it's a good thing. This northern section of the walk operates as a loop. It means I can go to my campsite tonight either that way or that way. But I've heard a rumour this is going to be better, even though it's longer.
It's meant to be, my dear, 'cause feelings fade when time is short. Follow me down into the wilderness, we can fool around. Tell me all the things that you like.
So I'm going to be hugging Black Creek, crossing it a few more times today until I get to Girella campsite. But yeah, so good to be back on single track, and this one is a corker.
Each shadow shimmers slow, the sunrise is calling. Oh honey, don't be bored.
And getting close to Girella campground, and not surprisingly the track is, you know, getting wider again. But I'm also looking up there because that's where I've got to get. So it's about a 300 metre vertical ascent climb to the Thalba. I really like the Thalba. Whatever works. Let's go to the Thalba. So that's one of the things to consider when you're thinking about which way you want to walk the circuit in the north. Do you want a 300 metre descent or a 300 metre ascent? And before you know it, the big climb is over and there's a Thalba lookout, which makes it all worth it because it's a little bit crap when you do a lot of effort to get to something, get up the top and there's no view. This is not that. Sunny day, beautiful. I'm going to head to the lookout for brekkie.
Walk with you where you go. Anywhere I'll follow. I know you.
I've come across quite a few side tracks, footpads, old vehicle tracks that come and intersect with the main track of this walk. And it's not surprising that when you look at the topo, they make sense because they're alternate, let's say, old bushwalker crusty routes up and down some spurs that lead you know, an alternate journey. Certainly steeper and harder when you look at the contours. But if you're that kind of a walker who wants some variety, who has the experience and the skills to go off track and to do your own navigation with a topo map and compass, certainly there are options for that.
Your soul, your mind, your heart. I can see who
And once again, this walk of massive diversity switches things up again as we get lower down to the creek to get near Kondalilla Falls.
best I can.
So whereas yesterday I was hugging Kondalilla Creek, this morning from Thilba Thalba, you don't even realise you're actually hugging a forest road, which is kind of helpful in case you need to pull out in a hurry, get a pickup, or choose, you know, a bit of your own adventure of where to start and finish this walk. And now, just like the map says, I've done my loop. And now I'm back here just to go out to my car. The only way is up. And before you know it, I'm heading back out to the gate again after 2 beautiful days on the Sunshine Coast Hinterland Great Walk. Now, if you feel you'd love to do this walk, but you don't really feel comfortable going independently, or you don't really want to stay out overnight in a tent, well, I have some great news for you. The lovely Chris from Outdoor Adventure Australia, it's a local Sunshine Coast business. He runs guided tours here on the walk. But going one step further than that, if you like a little bit of luxury with your walking holiday, then Chris has teamed up with the beautiful Ali and Zochi, who run Narrows Escape in Montville, to offer luxury walk packages. So just carry a day pack during the day, be guided by Chris or his team, and then at night time sleep in a luxury treehouse in the rainforest, hidden away from the hubbub of Montville. And after a few nights under a rainforest canopy, I get to sleep now in true luxe at the amazing Narrows Escape. Check this out.
With some freshly baked croissants for you. They'll be there at 8 a.m. We hang them there so we don't disturb you. And then in your fridge you have a cheese platter waiting for you with the beautiful Maleny cheeses and some cocktails as well.
I have no words. Oh my goodness, I don't think I want to leave. Oh my goodness, what is through that window?
That is a private heated plunge pool for you to relax and unwind in, especially soothe those muscles after those days of hiking.
I think I might cry a little bit. Okay, I need to take my bag off and actually really get into this. I'll take a whole lot more vision and show you around the place later once I've settled in and dried my tears. Zochi, thank you so much.
Yet to come. Hold true, hold tight. Let the winds carry you tonight. Hold true, hold tight. Let the winds carry you tonight. Hold true, hold tight. Let the winds carry you tonight. Hold true.
Hey folks, Caro here. Just finished editing the Sunshine Coast Hinterland Great Walk video, and yeah, I just can't believe it's actually nearly 2 years since I did that. That was July 2023.
And yeah, I find that pretty disappointing in myself. And that's not the only thing sitting in the hard drives waiting to be edited. It's just time, it's trying to do the day job, and this that doesn't really pay, to be honest. You kind of got to have 1 million subscribers on YouTube if you're going to earn any kind of money. That might have just been a little reality hit for anyone, but yeah, and that's kind of not necessarily where I'm trying to be. But yeah, I do want to share some amazing trips that I've had that are still sitting on hard drives waiting to be edited. So if you'd want to support the work that I do, if you've enjoyed this video or others and all the other stuff I do, whether it be the podcast or social media, I'd really, oh gosh, I'm so awkward. It'd be awesome if you consider coffee. Support me with a coffee, maybe a bit more than a coffee, to go towards the cost of an editor. So that would help me clear the backlogs. All right, I've spoken too much already. I need to go and do the final bits to upload and hope for the long render is not too long, and I'll stop rambling now. And if you're wondering why I'm wearing a beanie, it's because, yes, it's cold up here in the Blue Mountains at the moment, but I also haven't washed my hair for about 3 days. Feeling a bit gross. All right. Okay, that's enough from me. Take care, everyone. See ya. Bye.